Brad from Pro Wrestling Junkies, and welcome to the Hanukkah edition of Getting to Know a Junkie. Today's guest is from Hiawatha, Kansas, and his name is Cody Coppe. Cody, how are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It's a beautiful day. And how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I left the house once to play basketball on my driveway, but then it was too cold, so I came back in. That's the extent of my day. And, you know, my kids are at homeschool, so I just sit there and run back and forth upstairs. So my day's fine. This is the highlight of my day. So awesome. you live in Hiawatha, Kansas?
No, that's my hometown.
Okay.
I live in another town about 45 minutes away.
Okay.
I like to keep that kind of quiet, but
sure.
But yeah, I'm originally from Hiawatha, Kansas, super small town.
Okay.
3,000 people. The only thing we're known for in Hiawatha, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Watching my brother. But the only thing we're known for in Hiawatha is it's Halloween town. We've had a Halloween parade going on for about 106, don't quote me, 106 years.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So that's the only thing Hiawatha is known for.
Is there do people flock in around Halloween time into town?
Yes, sir.
So that's probably.
We have.
Go on.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is that probably the hotels get all booked up that time of year?
Well, I mean, I don't know if people would stay the night. I mean,
okay.
Some people would if they come from far away, but
mm-hmm.
a lot of the surrounding towns, will definitely be around, and they can just drive back in the same evening, obviously.
Do you attend this parade every year?
Not every year, no. I've stopped going. It's not because of the Rona. It's not because of this or that. I just kind of don't really enjoy it anymore.
So I've never been to Kansas before. And obviously not to your hometown. What's the closest big city to where you live?
Topeka, Kansas, the capital, is an hour away.
Okay.
Hour and some change. But yeah, Topeka, St. Joseph, Missouri is 45 minutes from Hiawatha.
Okay.
Other than that, Kansas City is about an hour and a half. So that's the outskirts of Kansas City.
Are you a Jayhawks fan? Or Kansas State?
Or
neither?
Not a college sport guy, no.
Oh, okay.
I like pro wrestling. I like the Chiefs, and I like the Niners, the 49ers.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's the affiliation with the Niners?
My Uncle Mario, he's a 49ers fan, so when I was growing up, I didn't pay attention, but I rooted for the Niners, and I rooted for the Chiefs because I live in Kansas, so it works. But and when they played against each other this year, everybody was like, "Oh, you're just jumping on the bandwagon." No, I've had these hats and shirts and all that stuff for years now, buddies. So, I'm both. So it was kind of tough to watch it, but I'm glad the Chiefs beat the Niners. Let's be honest. Yeah,
totally. Oh, and you know what? There was the connection where the Chiefs had Alex Smith. Maybe they got from the 49ers, big quarterback at one point.
Yeah. Alex Smith used to be I believe a Niner, but he was. Yeah. But he was on the Chiefs, and then he got injured. Who picked him up?
Washington.
Washington. That's what I thought. Yeah.
The Washington football team.
I'm not a huge football fan, but I know a little bit enough.
Yeah. So if you were to fly somewhere, is there an airport in Topeka? Is that where you would fly out of?
No, Kansas City is the closest airport of what I'm aware. I mean, if you want to go to Omaha or Lincoln, which is in Nebraska, you could, but Kansas City is the closest. It's an hour and a half away to go to the airport.
Okay, so what does a typical weekday look like for Cody?
Okay, well, right now, I got laid off. Well, quote unquote laid off, kind of quit.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to a different job and I got sick. Not with the Rona, but it was a virus.
Sure.
Had it for about 2 weeks. It wasn't the Corona, but when they found out I was sick, the new job said, "Hey, we don't want you now." So I was like, "Well, dang." Now I don't have a job. I do a podcast, so that's the Cody Coppe Show. We interview people. So what I do is I interview people throughout the week. Usually in the mornings, I'll interview people. If I don't have anything like that, it's a lot of promotion stuff on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, kind of Instagram though. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll hang out with my fiance and our two cats. Finn and Penny, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll do a lot of stuff. I'm pretty creative, so I like to sit around, be creative and stuff, watch YouTube videos, getting to know a junkie, learn about new junkies, you know?
Yeah, totally. At least it's productive, you know, like you're actually getting stuff done. Because I've been in that same boat before without a job, but in trying to find things so you feel like you're contributing or doing something, especially creative. So when did you start your podcast?
October 2020.
Okay.
I started at the beginning of October with my first guest, Colin Young, good friend of mine from the Kansas City area.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've been doing it since October. You know, it's something within the first couple days of October.
Okay.
We're almost on to obviously season 2, which will be 2021.
Okay.
So yeah, I started in October, and it's been a blast, man. Never thought I would enjoy it.
So where do you find guests? Is there a certain guest you're looking for in particular?
Well, I find it through, basically I have people who have had on refer me to other people.
Sure.
I talk to athletes, independent pro wrestlers. So if you're looking for some awesome Midwestern independent wrestlers or independent shows to go to, definitely check out, not to do a cheap plug, but check out my show.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. That's appreciated. So we do that. Politician, you know, political people, even though I don't talk much politics on the air, but they will. We do athletes, musicians, business people, really anything and everything under the sun is what we do on the air. And it's a blast because we have some fun games on there, and it's a great time.
How long does your podcast run, or it varies depending on content?
Yeah. We used to do an hour long, but then we changed it down to 30 to 40 minutes. That way we can have returning guests. If I do an hour, I run out of things to talk about. So
yeah, that's a good idea, because then then it's just like, okay, I can fill another day with part 2, you know.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So when you were a young lad, when did wrestling enter your world?
Right. So I'm 20 years old. So I started watching wrestling in 2010, 2011. I can't give the exact, year.
Yeah.
But I started playing the video games with my next door neighbor, stepsons at the time. And it was a blast. We played 2010, SVR 2010, so SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 on the Wii. And I'll tell you, man, it's crazy. I played that here about 4 months ago with my buddy where I used to live before I moved.
Uh-huh.
And it was a blast to relive that.
Yeah.
But after that same night, we played it for a couple nights, whatever. And then one of those nights we watched, I think it was TNA.
Okay.
And I was like, what's this? This is crazy. It's real. And then after that, I kind of got away from TNA or Impact. It was probably TNA at the time in 2010. I think it didn't change the name Impact yet. But it moved along to watching Raws and SmackDowns. And then after that, I started watching like Impact. And then here within the last 4 or 5 years, I started watching like Independence and all that other stuff.
Do you have any streaming services like the WWE Network or Fight TV?
Yeah, I got the network. I got the WWE Network. Sometimes I'll subscribe to some of the Fight TV stuff, but usually it's the network. I'm thinking about maybe getting rid of it. I don't know. I kind of enjoy having it. Me and my buddy will split it. So 1 month I'll pay, 1 month he'll pay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So this month I have to pay, and I don't have a job. So
totally.
$9.99. I'll figure it out.
Start looking in the couch. IWTV is awesome. I've been watching that more than WWE Network. It's awesome, and they've so much stuff on there.
That.
Mm-hmm. And there's some really good
what's
wrestling.
all on there?
So it's
really
it's like every independent wrestling promotion in United States and Canada. I think in Puerto Rico. But like Paradigm, Southern Underground Pro, a lot of the Zawa, a ton of like, just so much stuff, so much that like it's overwhelming. And a lot
how
of
much
stuff.
Is it a month? Would you know how much that a month is?
$10.
That's not bad at all.
No, it's not. It's awesome. I mean, there's, for people who like death matches, there's that, and people like lucha, and so many options. All right, so that was my plug for IWTV. So, what was it to say? As a kid, though, had you heard of wrestling? Like when you were like single digits?
Right. No, I actually never knew about it until I met the neighbor boys. And honestly, I don't know either of those boys anymore. I haven't talked to them in over 10 years, but it was kind of I'm grateful that I met them, because wrestling has surprisingly been the one thing that I kind of have. I was pretty hard into it when I got into middle school into high school. And then when I mean, I've taken breaks, maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe 8-month breaks, maybe a year one time. But out of everything in my whole, like, getting into adulthood and all that, that's the one thing that I've actually kept in my life, I've had girlfriends.
So consistent.
Right. I've had girlfriends go away. I've stopped playing video games. I've, had a few flat tires, but wrestling has always been there. And crazy enough, I believe it's one of the reasons I'm still alive. I had a really bad time going through high school with depression. And I'll tell you what, man, not high school, but wrestling was my escape, and it's a blessing, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this without going too much of my own story. You're not alone, with going through like depression and stuff, and having wrestling. It's like I have this to look forward to at least, like that kind of stuff. And
right.
It's always there. So I'm sorry that I picked this up out of what you just told me, but you've stopped playing video games?
No, not that I stopped playing video games. I just don't play them as much anymore.
Okay.
I do love video games, but I play them when I'm in the mood. Like for maybe last 2 months, I haven't played really any video games. Maybe like Journey of Wrestling, I think it is, on the laptop.
Okay.
The desktop, whatever. I played that. Have you played that before?
No, what is it?
So it's basically a booking simulator, and you can go on there and you can pick a scenario. Let's say you want to be playing modern, or you want to do the 90s or the 80s or whatever. You pick it, you pick your company. The people have the scenarios already made up on the thing, and you can book the matches. You can either free draft, where you can draft from a whole pool of people from that time period, or you can do the preset of like who was in WWF, who was in.
Oh, so it uses the real characters and everything?
Yeah, well, you can do the created ones too, but yeah, the real ones as well. I mean, it'll have all those. Some are good, some of the scenarios are good, and some are bad. There have been good scenarios with no pictures, and I kind of don't like that.
Yeah. So what is this called again? Because
Journey, I think it's Journey of Wrestling.
Journey of Wrestling. Oh, awesome.
Right, I think that's what it is, but it's a good booking game. It's like TEW. Have you ever played that?
No.
Okay, TEW is basically the same thing, but it's its own thing. This is a browser game. TEW is an actual game you can get off Steam.
Oh, okay. I play 80s Mania Wrestling Returns and Modern Mania on my iPhone, and those are amazing.
I'll look those up. Those look good too.
Yeah, they're simulators too. Go check it out. They're amazing. So do you have any hobbies outside of wrestling?
Yeah, I like to cook. I actually wanted to be a chef. Problem is, when I was going through school, to go to culinary school, I had to pick a different program because I had to wait a semester due to it wasn't open for enrollment. During that semester, I made a big mistake. Not totally my fault. I should have just stayed away from those people, and the school didn't really like me now, so I have to pay back my debt before I could even go back, and I had to do AA, and I didn't do AA because I didn't think I was in the wrong at all. So some girls set me up. Let's just say that. So
you know what? Whatever. It's best you just move on from it. But
right, exactly. So I'm not going to go to culinary school anymore.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you can't keep cooking. So do you cook for your fiance? Are you the primary?
Right, I cook for my fiance, her family.
Do you live with your fiance?
Yes, sir.
Are you expected to prepare the meals at like dinner every night?
No, not every night. We lived by ourselves, but currently we actually live with her parents.
Okay.
My in-laws. To save money. We're trying to move to North Dakota. in a year or two.
Okay.
So we had, I used to make a lot. I don't cook as much now because I live with her family. But when we lived by ourselves, we'd cook probably every other night, at least every other night.
So do you have to like every now and again?
Food.
Do you every now and again say, you know what, I'll cook my in-laws dinner, like, just to show?
Yeah,
like, some
sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't.
Do you hunt?
Right. Yeah. Sometimes they like it. What was that?
Do you hunt? Can you hear me?
No, I actually want to go hunting. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I do like hunting, but I've never been hunting. And I go through there's a course in Nebraska. I just need to finish it. It's a course you go through Nebraska and you get it for your Kansas hunting license and stuff. But I need to finish it. It doesn't expire. So.
Okay. And
but yeah, I haven't got to finish it yet.
So I want to talk about your fiance a little bit, if you can. Not like anything in depth, but how long have you guys been engaged?
Oh, you're good, brother. Go ahead.
How long have you guys been engaged?
Engaged since June or July, I believe. I can't remember.
Okay.
We've been together since November 30th, 2019.
Oh, okay. So you've been together a while, like you're adults. And is the wedding planned out yet? Like venue, all that stuff?
Yeah, we're still planning. We're still planning the actual wedding
because of
and all that.
COVID.
We're gonna have it October. Right. Well, yeah, I guess October 2nd of 2021 is when we're gonna do it.
Okay.
We're gonna have like a 10-minute ceremony and then like a 4-hour party.
Nice.
I like to drink.
Yeah. What do you like to drink?
Whiskey, preferably
nice.
Honey whiskey, but I do like Seagrams. I like Seagrams.
So can you at your in-laws' house just drink, like, you know, it's evening, finish dinner on the couch, can you freely just drink as much as you want?
If I want to, sure. I mean, technically
there's no judgment going on?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So here's a little bit about that. So I'm 20, so technically I'm not legally allowed to drink, but
yeah.
I've been drinking since I was 14. I really don't care.
Sure.
But at her family, they speak Spanish. They don't speak really any English. So if there is judgment, I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, if I wanted to drink and I was downstairs and I wanted to drink, I don't think there'd be an issue. So.
You mentioned North Dakota. What's up in North Dakota?
My stepdad. So my step family. They're house movers. I actually used to be a house mover as well. What a house mover is you pick up buildings and you put them on the back of the semi and you move them. And I'm not talking double wides or mobile homes. I'm talking double wides. I'm not talking mobile homes. Sorry, I'm talking double wides, triple wides, 2-story buildings, big stuff.
Oh my God. Have there ever been, were there any stories of disaster moving a home?
Well, one time when I was still young was not a actual pilot car because I was a pilot car.
Okay.
He's like an uncle. He's the boss of the company, but he's like my uncle. Mm-hmm. He is an uncle to me. A dump truck hit the house that he was moving. He's okay. Everything's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that time they hit the house, and it was crazy. It exploded. The house just went.
Oh my God!
The corner.
Wait, so you said you were driving what was that? You were driving the actual truck?
No.
Okay.
No, my uncle, the guy I was talking about, he was. I was still a young kid. I've never drove a house. I've never drove a semi.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable doing that. But personally, I fell off one of the semi-trailers one time. And I can't show you, obviously, due to the angle. But right behind my ear back here, I have a huge, nice little scar. I fell off the semi-trailer backwards and about 7 feet in the air or so. And landed on my noggin here.
Did you get a concussion?
Yeah, I had a concussion. Yeah, I had a concussion, a fractured jaw, and I have neck and back issues that are going to be with me the rest of my life. But it's cool. That's the reason I'm not a pro wrestler, and that's the reason I didn't get to join the military. But I mean, I could probably still do pro wrestling, but I just don't want to take the risk.
Sure. Yeah, that's. But you're still young enough.
So. Yeah, a couple of years from now, I know in North Dakota there's a there is a school for pro wrestling. I forgot the guy's name, but it's over in Bismarck, I believe.
Okay.
He was on a fellow podcaster's podcast, and I listened to them. They're great people. You should go check them out. Rest Talk Podcast.
Cool.
With Joe and Renee, and then there's also I forgot the other guy's name. Drake Lee and Jeremy Karp on there as well.
Cool.
And they have this guy. I forgot his name. I think it wasn't. Maybe it was. No, I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to mess up his name, but cool guy. I would like to go to his school. And also, man, I think it's Tanaka or Tatanka. No, Tanaka in Fargo. There's also that school in North Dakota, but I'm at the complete other side of North Dakota when I go there. I'm at the top northwest near the Canadian border, almost about 2 hours from the Canadian border.
Oh wow. This fiance, was she sit down next to you on a Monday night and watch wrestling with you?
Well, we don't have cable, so we can't. But we'll watch pay-per-views together.
Okay.
And she'll watch it. It's not her thing. My thing is pro wrestling. Hers is photography and not pro wrestling.
Okay.
But she'll watch it with me. But we're going to have, once COVID's restrictions lift, I want to go to a couple shows, definitely indie shows, more than less, because WWE, I heard, ain't going to be doing the live events now. It sucks, but
yeah.
Again, I heard their live events are done, and I was like, that sucks, but
yeah, it's awful.
I know, right? I went to 2 live events in Topeka, Kansas, and they were a blast.
Yeah, I went to one too in October. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I loved both of them. I went to one with my uncle and went to one by myself, and it was just a blast. And then the plan is to go to some live events, probably PCW, which is Prairie Championship Wrestling down in Hutchinson area, and see my boys Remington Roar, Mitch Onyx, Johnny Faith. Go check all those guys out. Did interviews with them. They're awesome dudes.
Nice.
I think Johnny is in the group, I believe. John Devine is his real name. Check him out. You can see if he wants to come on your podcast.
Yeah, sure.
It'd definitely be worth it. Good
Absolutely.
interview.
Everyone's got a unique
He's a good guy. But I want to go watch. Oh yeah, he's a former military, veteran of the Army, combat engineer, pro wrestler. Great dude. So yeah, definitely check him out. Johnny, if you're watching this, brother, you'll see me sharing this, brother. I hope you do, and I hope you join up with this guy here. Brad's a cool.
Yes,
Brad's
please.
a cool fella.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Cody.
Yeah.
Say WWE was doing live events. Where's the closest venue where you would go to that you could see WWE?
Topeka. Topeka would do live events. They wouldn't probably ever do a Raw.
Sure.
And Kansas City is the closest where they could do a Raw or a SmackDown. Usually, I think last year they did a Raw or a SmackDown there, I believe, and the year before that they did a Raw. I think they flip-flopped them.
Oh, okay. So it's like once a year, maybe?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Kansas City gets them once a year, usually.
Thank God for indie wrestling.
Yeah, what's that?
I said, thank God for indie wrestling, because
I agree.
Every week you could find something like to go see.
Yeah.
All right, Cody, favorite wrestler of all time, favorite wrestler right now?
Chris Jericho.
Oh, wow, that's the second time I've heard that for both. Yeah, that's a completely fair answer, though. Especially like how it's been 30 years already, so like that's like a legendary career at this point. So, question: what is the best show you've ever been to?
I've only been to 3 wrestling events in my lifetime.
Okay.
One was for PCW near Holt. What's that?
Oh, which one was the best of those?
Okay. Oh, you might lose me. My phone's about to die. I'm gonna go plug it in here in a second.
Okay.
But am I okay to bring my phone with me? Is that okay, or do you need it?
Take it wherever you want. I don't care.
All right, we're on the move, folks. We're vlogging now. But what I was gonna say was I've been to PCW. They were in a show near Holton, Kansas.
Okay.
And I've been to a show. 2 WWE shows in the Topeka area, and I'll tell you what, it was a blast. I think if I remember correctly, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns in a no DQ match was one of them, and
cool.
the other one, what was the main event? I can't remember the main event of the other one. It was definitely a black.
Yeah, did you go with anyone?
The first one to WWE, I went to in like 2017-ish.
Okay.
Right after Christmas. Both the WWE ones are in January. But I went with my uncle Dusty. And the second WWE one I went in 2019. And that would have been with myself. And my first ever live event, my first ever indie event would have been with my biological father, one of my little brothers, and my little sister.
Do you have a relationship with, I know you mentioned your stepfather, do you have a relationship with your father as well?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I was pretty stickler. I was a piece of crap almost, honestly, if I would look back at it, but I was a kid, so
yeah.
What can I say? So that's kind of what happened, but everything's good now. I love my dad. I love my family.
Good. That's
a family man.
The most important thing. All right, Cody, I'm going to let you go in a few seconds, but I was hoping that you would play a Would You Rather game. Oh, awesome. All right, good.
Most definitely, brother.
Cool. All right, first question. Would you rather have lice?
Did I freeze for you, by the way?
At one point, I mean, for like a second, maybe at one point. But you're all good. So,
okay, good. So, lice for...
Would you rather have lice or shingles?
Never had shingles. And can I get rid of the lice?
Yeah, they're not going to live with you. They will both go away, obviously with the appropriate medical treatment.
Oh,
shingles. All right, would you rather celebrate...
I would say lice.
I think that's... At least lice isn't painful. Yeah, now it's frozen.
Still there, brother.
Oh, okay.
Hey, my apologies, man. For some reason, my bad. I don't know what happened there.
No. Okay, so the second question is, would you rather celebrate Hanukkah and get presents over 7 nights, or celebrate Christmas and get presents all on one day?
Christmas, because I am Christian. If I was Jewish and I celebrated Hanukkah, I'd probably do Hanukkah, obviously. But
I'm Jewish and I celebrate Hanukkah, but I'd rather get everything all in one day, like on Christmas.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be easier, wouldn't it?
And it's like when I was growing up, my dad, his wife, celebrated Christmas. So we started sleeping over on the 24th, and Christmas was the best holiday. I loved it. All right, then finally, would you rather stop watching wrestling for a year, or be able to eat, or not be able to eat solid food for a year?
Ooh, that's tough. I think I'd go with wrestling. I mean, I like mashed potatoes. You could probably, can you blend meat and
it could be anything.
Potatoes and make a smoothie? Does that count?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I'll live off yogurt and blend it up.
Yeah, you know what? I might even throw some parsley in there on top to make it look a little nicer.
Yeah, maybe a little oregano in there, eh?
Yeah. All right, Cody. It was really fun talking to you. Why don't you tell us about the name of your podcast again and where we can find it?
Right on. Hey, thank you for coming on. Thank you for having me on.
It's my pleasure.
It was a blast. First ever interview I've been a part of that I was not the host, and I'll tell you what, brother, it was a great interview.
Awesome.
I enjoyed it. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Cody Coppe Show. We're on Facebook, The Cody Coppe Show. But yeah, CODYCOP as in Paul, P as in Paul, ESHOW. We talk to athletes, musicians, business people, and everything in between. If you want to come on the show, let us know. Brad, we would love to have you on the Cody Coppe Show.
Whenever you want.
You can find us on all those places for social media. And then if you want to listen to the show, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, and Anchor as well.
Awesome. All right, Cody, well, enjoy. I hope you close out 2020, in a good way. And we'll talk again, in 2021. Have you back on.
Hey, thank you, sir.
All right, take care, brother.
Bye-bye.
Bye.